Hello everyone, welcome on back to Alma, Missouri. So today is more likely one of the last harvests we have. We have the smaller field down the road here and then a bigger soybean field back there. Then we'll just be waiting on the sugarcane, which it appears it might be ready in the next month or two. Which is good. It's nice to see that it shouldn't take too long until we are working on that field. So yeah, and here you can see it's looking pretty dark green. So maybe next month, maybe the month after, we'll see. More than likely what I'll do, I'll just try to line it up with a bunch of selling come like December, January. And we'll just do the harvest that month. Yeah, more than likely, if all goes according to plan, which sometimes things don't, after this video, we'll probably have two more in Alma. We'll have that one that'll do sugarcane harvest, probably sell some things in January time. And then we'd have an ending one, which will likely be over like 2 months. We'd probably sell a bunch of things in like March, and then we'd sell a bunch of things in like May. That's if everything goes according to plan, which sometimes things don't always go that way, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll send that off on a worker, and I do have a class out here. Get this situated. All of this, of course, in the bigger field. Kind of makes sense. Really, the only reason I'll probably take a pit stop in like March is just to sell pizza and probably clothing. More likely, whatever is spawned, I'll sell. Then I'll just set it to sell, you know, whatever is left. I don't think there's going to be a ton left. It's hard to say with clothing because obviously it would depend on how much food the sheep have. Which right now they are full. The cows, I got them enough food that should last them through this month. Then we'll probably be selling them. Which is fine. I think milk high price might be... Is it December? January maybe? I think there might be like 2 months where it's a good price, and I think the winter is one of them. I'm just thinking back to, I think like Court Farm or something like that. I think we were always selling. Probably should get the time speed up. We'll send that off for now. We'll take a look-see. The milk. Yep, January is a high price. Yeah, I think the more I look, the more I'm thinking we'll probably stop in January is when we'll sell like the sorghum, the little bit of barley we'll have. Anything else that's a good price, I guess straw, off straw. I didn't even think about that. I'm probably not going to sell slurry. It's just not worth the time. It's really not worth the time. I'll be honest, it's not. I'm going to take a look again at everything, see if there's anything that could be sold this month. Just so, you know, we're not just doing harvest all month long. And I'll save us time later, too. You know, if it's something where it's like, we're not making a ton of money anyways from it, and we're only taking a cut of a grand, you know, then we can sell it now, save time later. This field will be tough if we can finish it. It's a pretty big field, so I'm not sure if it'll be possible. Our best chance is with the class out here, though. Get this empty while I'm out here. Probably not going to have a ton in here, but I'll prolong it a little bit more. More likely, if the case finishes a decent amount before this, then we'll just send the case out here. It was actually pretty full. Like 40% full. And how's this one doing? 62%. Yeah, I'm mainly like straw, because that's not something that's worth a ton. Yeah, it's not too bad of a price now. But like silage is something I'd want to sell, obviously, January time. We could sell milk, actually. That's an outstanding price. Actually, we'll need this. We'll sell some milk. We'll probably take that straight there. We'll sell some straw. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on the alfalfa. I'm going to try to keep the sheep going as long as I can. We'll sell a bulk load of clothing in like March. But we'll probably have a little extra afterwards. We kind of just sell that whenever. Come June or whenever the next time we would be then. The sugar cane, I kind of went back and forth if we try to produce sugar from it or sell it directly. It heavily depends on what the yield is. I haven't even looked at the harvester yet. I know it's not huge. It's like 2 meter width. Alright, so we'll get this sold here at the diner. Well, how is the pizza production doing, by the way? This is short on eggs. Once this is out, it's out. And it's probably going to need flour. Okay. I'll try to keep an eye on it and just keep putting flour in there. We have a ton. We do have a lot of flour. It's not a matter of if we have enough. You can see, you might be able to see them. There, they're back there. Stacked up. Maybe I'll have to bring some when I do like selling the straw. Maybe I'll just bring a couple over to the pizzeria as well. As you can see, the case is making pretty good time so far on that field. I have not looked at the class in a little while since I emptied the grain tank on it. Probably should do a quick check. 74% full, so this should probably get emptied. Honestly, it's making pretty good time on this field. It really is. Once we get the straw sold, I'll probably take over for one of the two. Heck, once this is emptied, it should be able to make a lot farther in, too. The field starts getting a lot more narrow coming up. I think, I always think this field's going to take so long because I always remember the times where we only had the case doing this field, and it would take 2 months. Like every time, it would be 2 months. Now this is kind of doing some shorter strips. The island kind of confuses workers and stuff. I can't really blame it. I did move the alfalfa bales closer to the sheep pen here. They go through a lot of food every month, so shouldn't take too long, and that kind of is through the bottom, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Where is this sold? We'll get it sold, and then we don't have to look at it then. It's weird how it's going through the trailer. I've never actually had to do that. A livestock bale sell point. I'll take that. It's not a ton lower than what we would get later. That's why I'm selling it now. 5 grand won't make a ton of a difference. In the grand scheme of things, you know, as far as I'm thinking, we'll be over 10 million. So is that 5 grand gonna be the end all be all? I'm saying that, but it'll be really funny if I'm 5 grand short of 10 million. Now that I say that, it would be just my luck too. Well, here's the bale sell point. Probably go through here, then get it reversed in here. Yeah, it's not going to be worth a ton of money. The things we've sold today are not the high-priced items. The high-priced items will be probably June and March. That would be like clothing, pizza, soybeans, peas. I have to remember we have those. I forgot earlier, so... Alright, so there is 18 loaded up. I'll bring these over. The rest will likely be sold. I'll have to look at when that'll be sold at. We do have some extra that's still in the bakery, but that is a... Once all of the pumpkin is out, we'll then have it just go to bread. And honestly, it'll probably be such a small amount, I might just have it sell direct. Alright, so we'll get this parked here. And yeah, this is full. Not a ton left. This is basically done. And there is a little bit down at the bottom as well to do. But yeah, I'll be honest, I did not think these fields would be so quick to harvest. I figured it'd be an all-day thing. I don't think we got much else to sell, right? Well, we do have things to sell, it's just not a ton. The pumpkin pie might be, supposedly it's going to be higher price later. Like January time. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, you can definitely see all the bulk load of our money will be like June, March. So let's get back over here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'll start a time lapse. We'll finish out this field here, and then we'll just hop over to the class. We'll finish out that field as well. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done. Well, we're just doing the final touches on this field. Should just be one more strip after this. It's just at the bottom here. So, not a ton left in this field. We can all put into the silo then. Then we'll have a very, very good idea on how much we'll have for soybeans. Because I think a large majority of my $10 million guess relies on us making a lot of money from soybeans. So, I think we will. Is it like $2 million worth? Probably not. I would guess it's like 1.8 million total with this and the other field, which is a good amount. Don't get me wrong. That is a very, very good amount. We might still hit it even without that. I'm not sure how much our fields are worth, which we have a decent amount of fields to sell. Obviously, fields we start with, I'm not going to sell, but all the other ones that we bought along the way, I'll make sure and get them sold. That'll be the very, very last thing to do. We'll have some productions to sell, which I think the remaining couple are leased outside of like Juice Factory and maybe the sugar mill. So I for some reason decided to lease the ketchup factory, even though I was going to keep it for a long time. It would have probably been cheaper just to buy it outright. I realized that, you know, 30 episodes after the fact, but it took a while, but I did get there. Then we'll get everything put into the silos. More likely at some point, I'm not sure when, I'll bring like all of this, a lot of this stuff down to the train station just to save us time later. Or maybe not all of it, but I'll bring like a large majority and I'll leave like a trailer load or something. Because otherwise I'm just going to cut it out. So either I do it when I'm not recording or I just cut it out when I am. Actually, the class could be sold now. Might go and do that right away. Because the next time we'll pick this back up will be like December, January. It'll be a little ways from now. Is this all gonna fit? Yes, it will. Well, I'm gonna go and get this sold. It's gonna be weird not having the class. But we don't have any other harvests for it, and we did buy it, so probably should sell it, and selling it right now would be the best bet. It's only gonna go down in value now. I'll sell this, the header, and the header trailer. The case will obviously stay because we did start with it. I only sell things we didn't start with. It's just kind of a rule of mine. Hopefully I didn't knock that hitch too far. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get a lot of this stuff kind of loaded up and ready. I'm not sure how long the sugarcane harvest may take, so... I'm sure a worker will do some of the sugarcane harvest. I'll try to do a decent amount myself as well. It's gonna be kind of weird not having this. We've had it for quite some time at this point, but it's done its job. Now it can go across the bridge, you know, and find a new home. And I hope they treat them just as well as I did. I think I did all right, you know. I didn't crash into too much with it. All right, let's get this in the spot. Make sure and sell the header and header trailer first. Of course, repaint, repair. That is $67,000. The header trailer shouldn't have too much maintenance on it. Just over $9,000. The big boy itself, $100,000 repaint. Holy, wow! And that is $375,000. Only 19 months. That's $7 million. Wow. Nice. Well, let's start getting everything unloaded into the silos. I'll start first with this, and then I'll go and grab the semi. Get that emptied in there as well. And we kind of take a look at the estimated max value. I don't think we usually get the absolute max. Like, it must hit the max price like overnight or something, because during the day it's always slightly low or something compared to like the absolute max. I'm not sure when it hits it, but it must happen at some point. You know, I've basically never moved this auger since I started. I think it was the first video I got it set up here, and it's really only moved to get it readjusted because I bumped it or something. It's not really in the way, so. Park this here. It's possible we'll use this trailer for the sugarcane harvest. Got 55,000 liters in here. Almost full. It was almost full. I think a full trailer was like 300 and some thousand. Pretty good money from this, then. I think with environmental bonus, we might hit 2 million. Which would then basically all but guarantee 10 million. Because we still have fields. That's probably like 1.5 million itself. We'll have, $500,000 of pizza at this point. Plus, some once it's all ran through. I'm pretty sure you have to hook up a trailer to the sugarcane harvester. It's kind of what I'm seeing, at least. The base game one. I actually have a header for a mod one, but it's an unrealistic one. You harvest at like 70 miles an hour. A little bit much. Just a little bit. I didn't see a realistic version of it. Yeah, obviously I was looking at, the base game one. It looks like there's a hitch back here, maybe. It's hard to tell. Unless I'm supposed to drive on the side of it. Which, if that's the case, I'm going to have to turn off crop destruction. We'll see. That, or I'll have to go with a non-base game and get like a forage header or something like that for one of the forage harvesters. The only ones I have right now is the unrealistic one, which literally 70 miles an hour, which is a lot, and I didn't see a realistic version of it. I know there are some mods. I've had them before that they will do sugarcane. So if I have to drive next to it, maybe I'll do that. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So for soybeans, that is $1.7 million. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. It's going to be interesting kind of to see where we'll end up at. You never really know until you're at the end, because prices fluctuate for crops, and I try to only sell it in like certain months. Because if I just went month to month and bought, sold whatever was highest, we would be here all day. If I just pick a month and sell everything, then it usually works out best. It's quicker. You may not get the absolute max price, which in this case we're probably going to do. The sugarcane will be like January. We'll have a bunch of stuff to sell, so we'll harvest that. And the final episode will likely be selling in like March for pizza, clothing, if there's something else. And then we'll go to like June, and we'll sell everything else then. So it's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, that is everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.